Welcome in, everyone. This video is part of our Unusual Whales education series. Today we're going to be kind of going over the politician trading section here. A lot of kind of talk about politicians trading this week. We'll kind of go over the the big main one, the big reason why I decided to do this video, and just kind of give a refresher to everybody on what you can find in that section and where to find everything. So we will focus on that here. Let's get started. From the main home page here, to find that congressional trading area, you just come under that More tab here, and you'll just come down under the Congress and politics here, just go to political trading. This brings you to the pretty much one of the reasons why Unusual Whales was created, to kind of monitor the politician tradings there. Politician trades, all the fun, unusual stuff there. So this is kind of your main overview page here, and we'll just kind of go through it here. There's a lot of fun stuff on this that you can kind of dive into. You can set your custom alerts on different portfolios. We'll touch on a lot of that here. Just kind of looking at that here, so you can see what your most held stocks are by politicians. It'll tell you how many politicians are holding that specific name. Obviously, you can scroll through them here, just kind of take a peek, look around there on those main ones. If you look up here as well, they just kind of have some of the more notable things going on right now. That congressional trading report, they go back to 2022. I'll show you where you can also find these here as well. But your main page here, just lots of good information in here. It's kind of broken down here, so by your top Democrats and then top Republicans. It's strictly by the number of trades here, and they have a holdings distribution in here as well. You can search for certain tickers here, like if you want to look at NVIDIA here, you just click in NVIDIA, and it's going to pop you in here. It'll tell you what the recent buys and sells are on that here. Let's go back to the overview here. Oops. Go back here. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. Here we go. Yeah, just kind of looking at that main page here again. You can search your ticker up here, search for a specific politician. So you're going to have your recent insider trades in here. You can see them all here. I'll show you what I like to do. Again, most of that stuff's up here too in the separate tabs to split it up from that main overview page. But your recent insider trades here, anything that's recently disclosed here, once Unusual Whales gets that, it is posted in here. Your daily trade volume, you can see that kind of buy sell volume for the specific days in here. You can go on back here, it just gives you that kind of clean overview there of that daily trade volume of buying and selling there. These are politician portfolios here. You can again see them all here. You can check them out here. We'll touch on this too. So as I was talking about kind of earlier in the video here, those past congressional trading reports you can find them down here. So you got back to 2022, kind of when Unusual Whales was really starting to come out more so. And if you look at the 2025 one here, again, you come in here, they have it set up for every year like this. You can come in here, you can see the results here. They've got all the tracking data. They'll go over what happened in the year, just tons of data in here, different disclosure trends, just tons of data in here. If you like kind of following the politician trades, this is a really good spot to actually kind of look at the recap for the year and so on there. But that's kind of that overview page there. So let's kind of dive into the tabs a little bit more up here. I personally like the politics flow tab here. I check this every morning here for any new disclosures. That notification date is that date that it's essentially filed here. And I'm kind of making this video right now because this is a really interesting time. We actually had Trump disclose a bunch of late trades last week, so this is kind of why I'm touching on that right now. But again, if you want to search specific to politicians, so let's just use Trump for an example. You search Trump, it's going to pull him up here. If you wanted to look up, let's say, Pelosi here. Oops, if I could type, that would help. If you want to look at Pelosi, again, it's going to pull up all her trades, the most recent disclosed ones, so on. You can also filter this too. I don't mess with the filters. I like to leave the filters wide open just to capture all the politician trades. It's not like the flow feed where you need to kind of filter them out. I would suggest probably leaving these open here. Again, everything's pretty much wide open there. So let's close that here. So again, I like to look at this every day here. You can set a mobile alerts for specific trades to get sent to your phone here. And actually, if we go back to the overview here, you can do that. I believe it's in the portfolios here. I don't have the notification set up to my phone, but okay, we'll find that here. I believe it's in that kind of portfolios where you set up the notifications. But yeah, I like to look in here. It's just going to tell you that notification date, that amount, description, what chamber they're in, the transaction type, the ticker. So I just like to look at this every day just to see if there's anything unusual here, which I actually did post about the Trump stuff right away in the morning there when on 514. So it's kind of your politics flow page. Now when you get into the politicians page, this is essentially, again, from that overview page, this is your section right here, those kind of top Democrats, top Republicans in here. So if we look at the politicians here, you want to kind of see, I would probably focus on the ones who are making a lot of trades, just kind of something I would do. Again, you just click on their name, it'll bring you in here, it'll kind of bring you into their little portfolio here. You can see their recent trades, any corporate PAC donations, any FEC contributions. Jeez, man, it's a Saturday, and my allergies are killing me if you can't hear. So sorry about that. Politicians here again, back here again, and if you want to search for a certain one, so like again, here's like we keep looking at Trump, so look at Michael McCall here. Again, if you want to see the recent trades, any corporate PAC donations, FEC contributions. Oh, I keep clicking that overview. Yeah, so I mean, you can do that in here, and you can search, obviously, any specific one you want. So let's move over to the portfolios spot now. So portfolios, this is where you would set up your custom alerts here. So you want to get notified when a certain person trades something there. You just come into the custom alerts. You would set it up how you like in here, and then go on from there. So let's close that out here. So your portfolios page here, again, cool page here where you can kind of search whatever you want. If you want to search something by ticker, like let's just do AMD. So you want to see what people are doing with AMD, and the politicians are doing with AMD. Throw it in there. It'll tell you, buy, sell. It's gonna do the latest trade date there. So like let's do Nvidia. So here again, you got your Nvidia up here, and it's just gonna kind of put them in order on what's coming in there on any of the SEC reported trades. Just some other portfolios in here as well. And again, you can also see, if you click on that portfolio, you can actually go in there and kind of see their portfolio too. So like right now we're looking at Pelosi just because she was up on the top there. And you can switch it to like just specific tickers if you like. Again, I'd like to leave everything open. So you can kind of see her portfolio distribution right here. Recent trades in here. You can see any of the open options positions that she may have still. Different positions in here. Kind of look at drawdown, look at buy, sell, disclosed assets, and you can also see other portfolios in here as well. One thing I like to do, every once in a while is just kind of come in here and filter that, look at the highest return. So like, let's just pick, I'm just going to stop like this. Okay, well, we're going to pick Thomas here. So you want to look at his portfolio. And if you want to follow the portfolio as well too, all you got to do is just click that little person thingy there, and it'll save up there on the side there. But so like you want to look at Thomas's portfolio, you can see it's up here. It's going to tell you that 1 year return. You can see that distribution in here, recent trades, again, different positions they're holding, any drawdown, The monthly trade volume. I like seeing that monthly trade volume. Always interesting to see that. Usually on kind of the entire politician spectrum, not just specific people, but it is kind of cool to see, if there's trades before a big move, so on like that. Again, the disclosed assets, and if you want to find another one in here too. But really cool little area here. So let's go back here. We'll go back to the portfolios here again. Also, and so they also have kind of the other little portfolios here. So short Kramer, pro Kramer, just the kind of little fun portfolios in there, and you can like let's just do A to Z. So like if you come in here, I mean they have people that are not just politicians in here. So like if you wanted to look up like Dave Portnoy, like you can see what his portfolio looks like too. Like there's other people in there that you can kind of follow, like kind of bigger celebrity type people. You get the idea. So you can see other portfolios in there too as well from politicians. But back to the portfolios page. Again, just everything's kind of laid out very nicely in here. You can see just their some gains in there, and those followed portfolios that we were talking about a little earlier that you just click that little person on will show up over here. You want to remove them, just come up over here. Pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy. So up next, let's look at the midterms page. So midterms page, again, this is just kind of giving you different House election ratings, Senate election ratings here. You can see the top candidates in here. You can see their disclosed funding if you want to view the trades that they're in. So this one doesn't have any trades. So like let's try the next one here. So Bill Cassidy has a ton of sells recently. More so there, yeah, more sells there. So you can see what, maybe who's up for re-election there, so on there, kind of what's going on in there. But just, it's just giving that little rating here on what's kind of going on in here. It just kind of gives you that little overview there. FEC overview, if you want to do information in here. I typically don't do anything in here. You want to look at contributors, candidates, so on. You want to search contributors only in here, you can do that as well. You want to search different candidates in here, you can do that as well. So that was under that midterms there. So insider trades here, again, this is just going to show you those insider trades. It's going to show you that recent activity more so there. FEC data, we kind of looked at that there. And unusual trades. This is a kind of cool page. I actually don't typically use this page that much, but if you come down to that radar here, if you scroll over these blue dots, they will kind of give you some little tidbits on kind of that visualization there of some good information in here. Again, I don't use it that much here. I'm kind of focusing more on the new trades, but cool little page in here as well too. But that is kind of just again, little overview look of that entire the politics overview there. Again, really cool page to follow, especially with the kind of the politician tradings coming in here. And the cool thing is, one more thing I want to touch on. Again, I focus most of my time in that politics flow tab up here. Just make sure you're watching that notification date, and that date here is going to be that trade date as well too. So again, the main reason I'm making this right now, and it's always funny to just see this because it's across the entire, but it's elevated when it's the president trading, but a lot of buys coming in here, and you can see that trade date is it's disclosed late. I mean, it's about 2 months, a little over 2 months late. So it's cool to kind of just see all that stuff there, but that is all I have for this video. Just kind of wanted to walk everybody through that there, just with this kind of coming back into light again. If you'd like to try Unusual Whales, I do have a discount code in the description below. You can get all this data plus tons more. Other than that, that is all I have, and we will be back next time with another educational video. Have a great one, everyone.